to another session of awesome drug calculations. So, for today's session, we are going to focus on a typical situation where pharmacy has to decide whether to dispense a tablet or a liquid in cases where a patient cannot swallow solid doses, such as capsules or tablets. So the same drug, the same efficacy, the same effectiveness, and so forth, but it's just in a different dosage form, meaning that the tablet is as effective as the liquid. So the pharmacy therefore decides to substitute the tablet with a liquid. So that's an example of what you're looking at here today. So as the problem reads, a prescription is written for amoxicillin 250 milligram PO, POS by mouth. QID for 10 days. QID is 4 times a day. So you have once daily, QD, you have QID, which is 4 times daily. Think of it as a quarter, okay? BID, twice daily, TID, 2 times daily. You can Google some of these terms and kind of get yourself familiar if you're not already. So once again, QID is 4 times a day for 10 days, okay? If the patient cannot swallow tablet and the liquid dosage form is substituted instead, what volume of 250 milligram per 5 milliliter suspension should be dispensed? Okay, so with a problem like this, do not freak out. Just calm down. There's a lot of pieces involved, but what needs to be dissected are 2 key items, and there are numbers embedded in some of these items. Language that you need to be mindful of. So some of the numbers are obvious and some are not. So what we're going to do is circle, before we get started, we're going to just basically circle the numbers that we're going to be needing to do our calculation. Okay, the QID, as I indicated, is 4. So that number 4 is the QID. We're going to need that 10 days. It's also going to be needed, and 250 milligram per 5 milliliter suspension is also going to be needed in our calculation. Everything else is just a word, just a verbiage that we're not going to need in our calculations whatsoever. So with that, let's get started, guys. So first step is to determine the QID part. We want to kind of use that and get that out of the way, okay? So 250 milligrams is going to be the first thing we're going to need to use. So 250 technically means that 250 milligram tablet. It's just a 1 tablet, but the patient is taking it 4 times a day. So yeah, 250 times 4. Okay, so we're going to do 250 times 4 gives us 1,000 milligrams. Okay, so we got that. That's our first step. The second step is to take the 10 days that we see here. Okay, so technically we are done with these. We are done with the 250 and the QID. The next number we're going to need to use is the 10 days. Or we can actually wait to use it 10 days later. We don't have to use it now. So let's just hold off to the 10 days a bit. Let's go straight to the 250 per 5 milliliter. Okay, so we're going to bring that 250 per 5 milliliter, which is a concentration of the suspension that needs to be dispensed. So we're going to bring that over. Keep in mind, we skipped the 10 days. We could use it here with a 10,000 milligram, or we could wait to use it at a later time. Either or, we're still going to end up with the same answer. Okay, so we're going to bring this suspension concentration over. okay, which is a 250 per milliliter. And pardon me, sometimes you may hear me use the term cc's, which is the cubic centimeter. It's the same as milliliters. So if by accident I use the word cc's, that's what a milliliter refers to also. So we're going to cross multiply, again, unit per unit. My 10,000 should not be below, should not be in line with the milliliter. It's in milligrams, so it has to be on the same level as the 250 milligrams. So I have 1,000 milligrams here. And the question is, if I have a daily dose of 1,000 milligram, how much would I get? So what we're looking for with the X is technically whatever we get here is going to be based on the liquid. Okay, milliliter refers to technically anything that's measured in the form of a liquid. Okay, so here if you were able to view some of my previous videos, we did a kind of quick cross multiplication problems to kind of get us ready for problems like these. So as I indicated, almost every pharmacy related drug calculation problems entails cross multiplications. Okay, so if you have not had a chance to view that video, please do so, and it's kind of located right on my channel as well. So again, we're going to cross multiply. 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. Okay, so again, this 5,000 times, 5 times 1,000 gives us 5,000. Okay, and then we're going to divide the 5,000 by 250. Okay, so again, I'm doing this so that I'm left with less numbers to divide by. Okay, so if we divide either 5,000 by 250 or 500 by 25, either way we still end up with the same answer. Okay, so if I divide that 500 divided by 25, I get 20. Okay, so X is 20 milliliter. Oops. Okay. X is 20 milliliter. Okay, but 20 milliliter is not our final answer. You gotta keep that in mind. Remember, we skipped a step to come back to the 10 days. So the 20 milliliters that you see here is the daily dose that the patient needs. So if the patient needs 10 days, this is per day. If the patient needs 10 days, we're gonna have to take this 20. Sorry, I'm running out of room. And multiply the 20 by 10, and we should get 200 milliliters per 10 days. So technically 200 milliliters is what we're looking for. And that should technically serve as our final answer to the problem. And I hope that is clearly understood. I know it's a lot of writing going back and forth. I'm also going to show you another way around, another way that we could have done it, which is, again, going back, we're going to need to keep our 250 QID 10 days, 250 milligrams per 5 milliliters. We will take our 250 that we initially had, nothing changes with respect to that. Okay, times 4 gives us 1,000 milligrams. 1,000 milligrams times 10. Now this time we're going to multiply to 10. Okay, and then we should get 10,000 milligrams. Okay, so this 10,000 milligrams is what we're going to need to use as part of our setup when we bring our 250 milligram concentration over. Okay, so 250 milligrams per 5 milliliter. And we're going to put our 10,000. We're going to put our 10,000. Again, unit per, whatever unit we have has to be pretty much parallel to on the other side as well. 10,000. Sorry, a lot of zeros here. And forgive me, because it looks like I'm running out of space here. So we're going to kind of, pardon me, but I'm going to erase this 10,000 that we got, just to kind of make room. So let's kind of keep this neat. So we're going to take 10,000. Okay, that 10,000 is going to come here. And then when it's 10,000 for 10 days, that's in the form of milligram. We have no idea how much it is in milliliter. And if we to cross multiply, the same concept again with the cross multiplication process. 5 times 10,000 is 50,000. Okay, 50,000 divided by 250. Okay, and when you do this, when you divide 50,000 by 250, again, if you have a calculator, please go ahead and do this. 50 divided by 250, and you should get 200 milliliter, which is your X. Okay, let me kind of put this up for. All right, so X equals 200 milliliter. This is another way of doing it. So the first part that we did is perfectly acceptable. And then this other form or technique is also acceptable. I hope this helps you in, taking your PTCB or any nursing related calculation test. And if you should have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to put to comment below, and I'll be more than happy to respond to your inquiry. Take care, and thanks for watching. Awesome drug calculation. Take care. Peace. Bye-bye.